It's got a little fancy countdown there on the recording. That's
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to the Ain't Shit Show. We're
Welcome.
back.
We've got a
This is the
video
only
element now.
podcast that has a video
Podcock.
element.
This is the
Podcock.
only
It's the
podcock.
only podcock in existence currently. But yeah, we need like an intro. Like,
No, I
welcome
was
back
thinking
to
of the
the
fucking
podcock.
Cyberpunk, the where fucking Keanu Reeves is like cock. Dun, dun,
The only thing that matters is getting cock. It's like yeah. I still have never beaten Cyberpunk. And I've
Really?
started over like 12 times. Yeah, it's
Damn.
because it's so fun to
It's
just
like
be
hard to keep with a character that you like.
it's just fun to be the dicks out assassin in
I
different
love the Dicks
ways.
Out Assassin.
Yeah, he's the my build is always the same. Fucking the smallest penis that they have possible, and then make sure that he never wears pants, not once, right? Like the whole time he just is a stealth character with no pants on. So if he ever gets caught, and you know what's funny to me is that noise. There's like a you can you can get like a cyberware where when you get caught, it makes the that noise like like an alarm noise, like boing, and I'm imagining that noise is just seeing my penis, right? That noise goes off because they saw my dick and they're just like,
Uh-huh.
it's alerting me that they've seen my dick and I have to kill them now. Oh my god. What was the another game that I've been really wanting to play, like start replaying recently, has been, but I haven't had the time. Has been Hitman. My
Oh yeah,
I love
Hitman's pretty
doing
good.
yeah, I love doing the based like run throughs of Hitman, where like you kill all the bad guys, but you leave all the cleaning crew, like the maids
Yeah,
and the,
yeah.
and the
They're just
janitors.
that's just a blue collar.
Yeah,
You know,
you
you
leave them
can't
alive. You don't hurt
you
them. You don't
yeah.
touch them,
You can't
right?
collateral those
Yeah,
motherfuckers. They
not at
didn't do
all.
nothing.
You can't even hit them, right? That's the
And
funny thing.
somebody's, who's gonna clean up the blood if you kill the cleaning
Exactly,
ladies too? You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Exactly. See, it's
And
simpatico.
yeah, some of the cleaning ladies are tamale ladies too,
This is.
like on the side.
Did I ever tell you I had like a tweet like that kind of went off a while ago
I might
about um
recording an episode of the podcast. What's up for you?
the podcock, recording the podcock.
Okay.
I
All
had
right,
a
cool.
I had a tweet go off recently, like not recently, but kind of recently, where I was talking
Uh-huh.
about like how tamale ladies are like the most base form of like feminine creativity and they're like you know those ancient statues of like the first woman. You know what I'm talking about? Like the
Yeah.
fertility goddess. Every
Yeah.
tamale is that lady
Mhm.
because like because tamales take so much fucking work and like there's literally so much work and then someone just they give them to you for like $1.50 each if you're
Yeah.
like like that's an incredible feat that these tamale women are just like making for no reason and they're doing it like to feed their families because of capitalism but like it's such a beautiful it's like love wrapped up in a little corn pocket stuff with
Yeah.
love. I don't know how to
Damn, I'm
explain it.
hungry.
Yeah, that shit is it's incredible. But I was talking about it and then someone retweeted it and then like quote tweeted it and be like, this better not be about no weird titty shit like you always do. And they were right. But for the first time in my life, it wasn't about weird titty shit. It was just regular shit. That's weird. But oh man, I love
How you been, man? Been a
I've,
minute.
I've been working too much.
Yeah.
It's destroying my ability to write creatively. I feel
Oh
like
yeah, sorry by the way for everybody who thought that this was going to be the episode with the guest. That one didn't quite work out. We're going to try for at some point. I'm going to contact him on like the 12th, I think, cuz he's on tour with the boys, which will make sense I guess in retrospect
yeah,
more than I guess if you're a good guesser. You're a pop shot detective. You'll
pop
figure
shot.
out who it is.
What is pop shot? I think it's hot shot, not pop shot.
No, no, it's what you they've got the gun and it makes a little
I
pop
don't.
shot.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's pop shot.
I think I'm right.
I don't.
I
I don't think you're
no,
right.
I think I'm right on this one actually.
I.
Anyways.
I'm sorry, but I gotta disagree with you on this
All
one.
right. Well, you know what, pal? You can disagree. feel free to now that we've got a recording room here, I
Right?
guess
You can see
adhere
my
to Robert's rules
muscles.
of order,
You can
I
see my
suppose.
muscles now. Nice. This is cool, actually. I love this. I was no,
But yeah, so I'm gonna contact him on the 12th again, see if we can get something lined up. So I don't know if it's gonna be next episode.
who knows?
Might be a couple episodes from now. I don't want to throw it on the Patreon just because I want to get
Oh
like
yeah, absolutely.
it's better just to get those like views in maybe on like the SoundCloud. And I need to talk to you again like after this to figure out and make sure we're like listed properly on all of our platforms and everything and we're easy to find.
Yeah, we probably have to redo all that because
Mm.
I didn't
Ow.
know what I was doing.
Nobody listening to this
No
podcast
one,
except for
I
like
honestly,
5 people.
I honestly think that the reason why no one listens to this podcast is because of like Twitter deboosting podcast like links to podcast.
It could
So
be.
and
It
and
could be.
one of the things that I wanted to do because like my main vector of how to reach people is through Twitter. One of the things that I wanted to do pretty recently is like maybe once a week, like maybe like on a Friday or even a Saturday or a Sunday, whenever we're ready, like while on top of doing the regular sorry, I'm burping. Instead of doing the
You don't
regular
gotta
podcast
apologize for flatulence, my friend.
flatulence, but
Flatulence.
instead of doing the regular podcast, like on top of doing the regular podcast, maybe do a spaces for like 30 minutes to an hour to be like, also we have a podcast if you thought this was funny and like jump on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
like I've standardized it so that if you just type in Twitter Ainter Show, the first thing that pops up is all of my socials, and all of my socials will link to the podcast. So hopefully that
that's
helps.
good.
I'm hoping that that shit helps. And I think something new to like not talk about like the meta of how podcasting works. I want to talk about this tweet that I made in regards to someone talking about, "Hey atheist, what gives your life meaning if you don't believe in God?" Because everyone
Pussy.
reads it, you know what I'm saying? Like they read my response, but I don't think they're giving it the je ne sais
Sucking dick.
quoi. You know, they're not giving it what it needs. Because
Big titties.
this is what my answer was, which was to see the supreme beauty of the world and to
Yeah, big
understand in
titty.
its same reflection great cruelty is rendered unjustly and without reason is an endless task, and it makes me a humble student of forces I couldn't possibly understand. Also, I love getting the sloppiest of toppy. So, so those are the two, you know what I mean? Like that's just me. That's just my thing. You know what I'm saying? Toppy so sloppy you gotta wipe your ass when you're done. You know, you gotta go to the bathroom and right.
Yeah.
Oh my god. One of the most horrible things that ever happened to me one time was I got some head from someone that was extremely drooly, very wet mouth, which usually is a good thing. But I couldn't shower afterwards because like we had to cuddle afterwards because it was like part of the thing, part of the deal. So we're cuddling afterwards, and we cuddled for about like the whole night and fell asleep. And when I woke up, I had the itchiest ass I had ever
Hmm.
had in my life because I'm pretty sure that the saliva had like solidified and dried in between my butt cheeks as it, you know what I'm saying? Do you
Mhm.
understand? You know what I mean? Terrible fucking experience.
Yeah, I would just take a shower.
Yeah, I did. I showered like, but it was
Yeah.
rough because like I couldn't shower immediately. I had to go to work, and I had to work a whole day with just an itchy, spitty butt.
Yep. And I would have just been
I
5 minutes
couldn't.
late.
I
Wait, did they send you back into the office now?
no, I'm not. No. Oh, you're looking at my background?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Oh
I'm not looking. You said you had to go to work.
no,
I thought work
this is a
was in
long.
your house, dude.
No,
Just take a shower.
this was years before I had a regular job, like a good job. This was back when I was fucking
Oh,
working.
fuck. Okay. I
This
thought
isn't
this was
recent.
recent.
No,
Damn,
this is
I'm
not recent.
stupid.
No, not
Sorry.
at all. This is a long
Yeah.
time
No,
ago.
don't worry about me. I'm
This is
fuck. I'm stupid.
this is
I
maybe
can't
like
say
11,
slurs.
maybe
I
11
can't
years
say
ago.
slurs on this shit.
Not no more. Not no
God
more.
damn it.
God damn it, Dutch.
I'm
We're
just a
woke
little
now.
R-worded.
God damn it, Dutch. We're woke now, Dutch.
God
They,
damn it, Dutch,
we're
the
trying to
woke
stream on
police
Twitch,
have
Dutch.
Yeah, I wanna start doing these podcasts on Twitch eventually. I think I
Yeah.
got the bigger channel, so I'll just do them on my channel.
Yes. God damn
Um,
it, Dutch. The
God
problem,
damn it,
Dutch, is that we're
Dutch.
trying to monetize So we just can't go around bandying saying the R word or the T slur or the G
I could
slur.
say tranny if I want. I'm a tranny.
I'm not allowed, Dutch. Dutch, I understand you transitioned, Dutch, but I didn't, Dutch.
Dutch, I can't say it.
Yeah. I get we're best friends,
Dutch,
Dutch.
Dutch, you haven't given me the pass.
Yeah. I'm sure the internet would not understand, Dutch.
Dutch, if I was to be recorded in public saying faggot affectionately even to you, I
It
tell
would
you what, I'd get canceled,
it would
Dutch.
be
They'd cancel
problematic,
me.
Dutch.
I'd get my twitter.com account suspended.
Dutch,
They'd
the
cancel my
problem is,
Disney
Dutch,
Plus.
I'm a
I'd get my
cis
HBO Max revoked.
I'm a cis hetero presenting male, Dutch. That is the problem, Dutch. I understand that I'm bisexual and I suck a little cock, but the internet doesn't know that, Dutch. When you see me, you don't think that man is gay as hell.
Oh man, it's good to be back.
Hell yeah. It's a great bit. Arthur Morgan trying to explain.
Oh, speaking of fucking vocal bits, I
Yeah.
watched Beetlejuice recently.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Me and Abby have been we've been doing what do you call it? Spooky movies
Hmm.
some nights for November or October.
Hmm. Hell yeah. What's your favorite
And
Beetlejuice bit?
so it's not the Beetlejuice bit. I don't remember really any of the bits, but
Mhm.
the voice, how you approach doing the impression for the voice is really close to how I approach doing the impression for Arthur Morgan.
Oh yeah, it's just different
Just there's a
register.
lot more like kind of sounds in there. You know what I mean?
Hey, hey, how's it going? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot, yeah, there's a lot more grossness in it, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah. There's a certain je ne sais quoi, we'll call it, attached to it that Arthur Morgan's a little more
yeah,
refined, I feel.
he's a little cleaner actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. No, what was the fucking I've been trying to figure out recently because me and Christine have been watching scary movies, like just, for
Oh, I
Halloween
saw
stuff.
Get Out recently too.
Really? You haven't seen it before?
Nope,
It's his best work because all the rest of his movies
it's
suck.
amazing.
Yeah, it's a good
Fantastic
movie.
movie. Um, my girlfriend was like, "He shoulda got shot by a cop at the end, that would've made it a great fucking
Jesus.
cinematic film," and I was like, I mean,
That
I
is
was kinda
hey,
happy he survived and his friend found
problematic.
him or whatever, but
Listen, Abby,
listen,
we
I
stand up.
understand
Yeah.
what makes good cinema, but I'm telling you as a cinema viewer, I just want that guy to fucking kill every single person in that house and walk away scot-free, that's what I want.
I think
My man's been through enough.
I didn't like any of his other stuff. I think that was just like his magnum opus and he made that
Could've
movie.
been.
I think the reason why he
I ain't
okay,
seen any of his other stuff, so I can't judge.
my opinion about this stuff is that like he fucked up and pigeonholed himself into being like the social ills horror movie guy,
Okay.
and that was kind of a mistake on his part because he like it kind of limited what he's capable of doing. Because I think he's
Yeah,
a great
he kinda
director.
catty-cornered himself a little
Yeah,
there.
that's what I think. But I hope that like his next stuff, or like I hope that he continues to direct stuff and makes like different things, not just like
Yeah.
social ill horror movies. Because that feels,
Yeah.
I don't know, it
Honestly,
feels
one of my
forced.
favorite parts of the movie was just that the fact that you know how if you're sitting in the audience of a horror movie, you're like, "Oh man, you need to get the fuck out of this wherever it's just let's just leave, man."
Hmm.
And I really like that he included a character in the movie whose entire goal and entire purpose there's nothing else about him was literally just to do that. It was
Yeah,
just to communicate that directly to the character. I thought that was great. I felt like it kind of proved the idea that he had a really good way of working with cell phones too.
yeah.
Just having the battery run out and somebody just kept unplugging it and things like that. But having the idea that like even when you are in danger in these horror movies, the idea that somebody saying, "Hey, you need to get out. This is a creepy like white people sex cult or something. Like
Hmm.
just leave."
Hmm.
Just does nothing.
One
Like,
of
it's like people are stupid, you know, it's the dangers of white girl pussy is really what the movie's all about,
which
you
what
know?
do you understand my like my deep distrust of white women now? I hope you
Yeah,
understand.
no,
Yeah.
I do. Like,
Yeah.
no, I was like I mean, I've always understood that because
Right.
I get that, like, so many fucking white I'm saying this as a, you know,
As a white woman,
white
listen,
as a white woman, if you
you
wanna call it that.
you get the Mexican pass,
Uh,
it's fine.
it's like you don't there's faces. There's different people living
Mhm,
inside those people. You know
mhm,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like me, you see me, what you see is what you get. The more you talk to me, the more you realize how deranged I actually am, but I'm doing nothing to hide that. It's
Mhm.
just something you pick up on contact, you know. The
You know
more
about
you
the
talk to me, the more you realize how many worms I got leaking out of my brain. But
you know
like
about
you talk to any white woman in college and you're like, "Ah, this is a normal person. They seem pretty nice." And then they're like, "Yeah, my dad, the police chief, shot an N-word, last
Jesus.
Tuesday and, just made it out of had to take a couple days of administrative leave or whatever paid." And it was like, "Jesus, alright. Bye. Goodbye.
Yeah,
See you later. Hopefully not." You know?
yeah. No, I think there's a I can't remember. I I liked reading what's her name. This is always my like recommendation is Simone de Beauvoir. She's like a French existentialist
Oh,
philosopher.
yeah, I know that one.
She ends up like being more feminist than existential, but that's like actually it's weird because it didn't start out that way. It was far more existential than it was feminist, and then it kind of
Mhm.
like became more feminist because of Simone de Beauvoir and her like deconstruction of what femininity was. Very interesting. But one of the my favorite, I guess, like quotes from her is how she talks about women being like the other, right? Like being otherized, being outside of like this realm of normalcy, and it makes them like different. And I think that like one of the things that I took to heart about reading that is understanding that like white white womanhood, like white womanhood, white women want to have it both ways,
Mhm.
where they are both the like not part of the status quo, so they are oppressed, they are lower, they are on the bottom
Oh,
of the
yeah.
totem pole, but at the same exact time they want the benefit of not being at the bottom of the totem pole.
Oh, yeah,
They
no, it's exactly like and this might be a little bit of a controversial statement, but I don't think it's really that controversial in, like, the trans community. That's why you got so many fucking, like, she, they lesbians, you know what I mean?
no.
You
I
have
know.
no idea. Okay,
Yeah.
like I'm talking about like people who are not like me, right?
Mhm,
Like I am like trans femme non-binary or whatever, like and that's because I struggle a lot with like what the fuck gender means. Like usually I present pretty female. It's kind of how I kind of want to act. Sometimes I act a little girly, but then also I have this like huge revulsion at the same time to actually being like perceived as girly. I
mhm,
don't want to be perceived as like a woman, kind of. I'm like this neutral entity,
mhm.
but, like, also I wanna be called a girlfriend, and sometimes my girlfriend calls me her little prince, and I like that, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes there are, like, male gendered things in there, and I like that.
Mhm.
And, like, a she, they lesbian, what I mean by that is, like, 22 years old, you're in college, you are, for all intents and purposes, a cis woman,
Mhm.
you know, and you are, you know, lesbian or whatever, experimenting in college, and people can call you they if they want.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But you don't actually care one way or the other.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean anything to you. You've been perceived your entire life as female. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that to
Mhm.
you. And that's probably the way that you prefer things,
Mhm.
anyways. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But you're throwing that in there for like a little spice.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You're like a spicy white lady, basically.
Yeah, it's the otherized idea. Well, it's like I don't know. I have similar views
Well, it's like
around it.
that one fucking it's that one trans guy on Twitter that's like I've been on, fucking testosterone. This is what 5 years of testosterone does to a teenage girl, and it's
Mhm.
like at the core of his argument all he's doing is being mad that he's going bald,
Mhm.
and that's normal
Yeah, that's
for
a normal
men.
masculine
That's a
experience.
normal thing that men go through.
Yeah.
Like
Not
Has he
me though.
stopped
Hey,
taking
not me though.
testosterone? No. Is he
Yeah,
going to? No.
no.
But he's like, I don't know, it was just weird. It's like sometimes there's like this thing that like white people will do where it's like, I'll change a little bit here and that'll make me unique and different and therefore not white. Because I feel like a lot of like what a lot of white people view as white is like white according to the status quo. So if you're a little different from the status quo, you lose that like punch of like what being white means,
A bit of
basically.
so I kind of agree with that actually. Like where if you are different from the status quo, you do lose a little bit of that white identitarianism. I think that like for me, my bigger concern isn't like the idea of white people is weird. It's very weird to me. Remember when I talked about it recently in a group chat. So sometimes I'll talk about how much like white women are annoying me, but I'm actually talking about like cis hetero Chinese men that have been working, been living it, that are like eighth generation
Well,
Americans and they've never had a real job in their life. And they're complaining to
yeah.
me about how I face racial discrimination every day. And it's like, big dog, where?
Where?
Like you're,
Where, dude?
yeah,
What
like,
racial discrimination are you facing at
yeah,
your, like, 400 a plate dollar
yeah,
restaurant that you go to with your girlfriend twice a
that
week
you
or
own,
whatever?
right? Like that you
Like,
own,
you're
right?
rich
Like,
as shit. You're not
yeah,
really experiencing discrimination on a meaningful level.
yeah. And so, like, I have a very strange relationship with like identity in that sense. Do
Yeah,
you
I
know what I
think
mean?
that's why I like you and me get along so well, honestly, is because I think we think a lot like the same way on that. Like you've joked around and called me Mexican before, and that's really all that means is like I like share a same set of cultural experiences, honestly, that you did
Yeah,
when you were growing up.
yeah. We're just
But my
broke.
family was poor white people,
Yeah.
and they just happened to be doing the same kinds of things. You
Yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
mean, yeah.
Like,
Ultimately, I do I think that like a lot my two big things that I always get really fucking mad at, and like this is Twitter problems, or not real life problems. Well,
yeah,
actually, sometimes they're real life problems. A lot of like hardcore people that are like constantly being like, go out there and organize and community organ. Those motherfuckers will love, especially if they're white, will love to remove your race as a part of the problem of what you experience
yeah,
as a like a person of lower social mobility, right? Like
yeah,
a lower class. They'll
yeah.
say it's not a race issue, it's a class issue, and they're like completely
Well,
misidentifying the fact that in America your class is heavily determined by your race, right? So
yeah,
you have to include it. You have to be sensitive to that shit. You don't have to be
yeah.
like bent over backwards and be like, "Oh, you'll never be able to do anything. Sorry, it's because you're a person of color." That's that's the wrong way to go about it. It should be, "Hey, we understand that there are fucking tons of sensitivities that white people need to take. Not even white people's are wrong. That like people who identify as white." And I'm a strong believer that like white identitarianism, which is this like, "Oh, I'm not actually, like I'm not I'm a white person. Like I don't know my own history. Like I'm white. Like my parent, we came over on the Mayflower, British, blah 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 blah." And or like if you don't know your own cultural history, you don't know where you're from or who you're from, and you refuse to look into it, and you just adopt Viking shit or
Mm,
Roman aesthetic
mhm,
or some kind of Spartacus build or whatever the fuck
mhm,
you are doing, white, or even like German Nazi build, right? Like you are
mhm.
literally doing white identitarianism
Yeah.
because white doesn't exist. There is no
No, it
such thing
don't.
as white
It's
people.
a it's like it's a I don't wanna say it's kinda like a void, but it's kinda like a void. You know what I mean? God damn, there's a raccoon 30 feet up in that tree. What in God's name is he doing up
I love
there?
how you can't escape the
Anyways.
mountain problems.
Yeah.
Your ass moved a whole other state away and the mountains followed you.
Well, so I live in the woods
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, I
That
get
ain't
it, but like
changed.
that's still a you're just never gonna get out the you can take a girl out the mountains, but you can't take the mountains out of girls.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways, what was I saying?
You
You were
were saying
talking
that
about something.
whiteness is like a void,
Yeah, it's
right?
like it's this like abject void of culture, right? Like, if you think of, like, white people culture in the
It's a
United
sterilization
States.
of culture. That's
Exactly,
yeah,
it's like this weird, like, pseudo homogenous, like, corporatizable entity
yeah,
in a way, right? Like, it's different in specific regions, like, there's regional cultures that white people can have, like Southern,
yeah.
right?
Like
If you
Colorado
think
white
about white
people.
people from the South, you think of a certain type of white person,
Yeah, I get.
basically. You think
Yeah,
of white people from the Midwest, they're kind of avoid. You think of white people from Minnesota, they're
mhm,
a regional
yeah.
version. You think of like fucking like
Even in
Yanks,
California,
they're a regional version. You know what I mean?
California, an LA white person in California is not the same as a white person from like Redding, California, which is in still
Exactly.
the
Yeah,
same
like even
state.
in the same state.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's entirely different mindset, but it's the same. It's a similar. I guess like it's a similar. Okay, this is like a conversation I had with someone who like not recently. This is a while, a few years ago, but I made this
Mm,
point because they were like, if white people don't exist, then black people don't exist, and then I had to explain to them like black in America is interesting because black people do exist because they were cut off from their history, from who they were for hundreds of years. Maybe like even actually like if you want to talk about like colonialism with like, starting with like, what is it? I can't remember who. I think it was the Dutch who like essentially invented fucking slavery, that Leopold guy. He subjugated hundreds of fucking African nations and stuff. Like you go back that far, and for maybe even like thousands of nah, maybe I don't know. I don't know the timeline, but for hundreds of years, Black people have had their history removed, erased, their cultural their cultural contributions denigrated, fucking
mhm,
just completely disregarded or not even recognized. And
right.
that is a concerted effort by a white identitarian movement trying
Yeah,
to make African people seem lesser and less
yeah.
varied because they're like there's a massive like variety. Africa's massive. It's a huge continent, right? Like
Yeah, yeah, it's
there's
huge.
yeah,
Like
there's
the thing that brings like that makes the black experience in the United States unique is the fact that so many hundreds of thousands of people had that stripped away from them by colonizers
yeah.
basically.
And so
So they're united in that like that point of like where they come from. White people don't have that shit.
white
Like
people opt
period.
into it. They
Yeah, you
opt
opt
into it.
into it or like you're like born into it and it just doesn't mean much or like when I think of like my history, like as far back as we can tell, it's like 300 years, 400 years of poor farmers, which means it was probably, 2,000, 3,000 years of poor farmers. Because if you can't find records from like before 1700s, congratulations, your
Mhm,
family was peasants.
mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Like,
I get
there's,
that. And that's what
there's
I mean by
nothing
like
interesting going on there.
you still have the ability
And
to
it's
go back.
lost,
Yeah, you still have the ability to go back and at least at the very minimum figure out where you're from, right?
kind of. It
Yeah, not
depends.
not like fully, but
If
you
you
have.
can if you have I will say, if you have, like, a lineage that you can trace back before, like, 1650,
Mhm.
your family came from nobility,
Oh yeah,
and it's different
yeah, I
because
get
those
that.
are the only people that records was kept for.
I get that. My family has a history, like an extensive history on my dad's side. They go back way far, but it's because they were criminals. They were put to death, so they were constantly being like, "We got to watch out for these guys." They have an extensive like Mexican family history of like from like as far back as like the 16th centuries. Yeah, and it was all because they were just like, we gotta stop letting these guys have sex, right? We gotta stop letting these
Mm,
dudes have kids because every time they have kids, something's fucked up. One of them ends up getting fucking hung. We end up having to fucking hang one of these kids. And so yeah, that's my family history. I think my mom's side, I don't actually know too much about it. I know my grandpa came from nothing. He was like a dirt farmer from
oh, yeah, I love
yeah,
farming dirt.
he just
My
farmed dirt.
daddy farmed dirt. My
My great
daddy's daddy
granddaddy,
farmed dirt.
I think my great
His
great grandpa,
mama actually farmed mud.
yeah,
She was
my
a bit of an odd one out.
yeah,
She
my
got
great
executed
grandpa
as a
was
witch.
a poo poo pee pee man. And I'll be
Oh,
damned if some
shit.
sissy liberal's gonna take my poo poo pee pee ways away. Oh my god,
Oh,
that's
man.
Jesus
I saw
Christ.
this really funny critique from, House of Decline, who is
Mhm.
currently Dark House of Decline, It's
Hell
just a
yeah.
post that he had made. It was uh what was it? My daddy worked in the dick sucking mines, and that's why he's a blue collar man, and that's why he tells me I'm not blue collar because I'm just a dick sucking barista.
I'm over here sucking dicks as a barista.
I hate
No, I
that
think
stupid fucking argument of people being like, "Oh, you're not fucking blue collar if you just work a service." Shut the fuck up.
nah, I don't even believe in collars in all
Damn,
honesty. Everyone's
that's just
getting
closed
fucked.
audacity. Not
Everyone
even using it.
hell yeah.
Forgot I had that shit open.
Everyone I know is just literally legitimately everyone I know is getting fucked by like
Mhm.
someone much larger than them. And I think like class distinction is important, but like it's gonna get to the point where there's gonna be a whole lot more have-nots than haves. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
we already got a whole lot more have-nots than
It's
haves.
not as bad as
Like,
like
and it's not as bad because we live inside the imperial, like, core, but,
Mhm.
like, even inside the core, like, what's inside the core is gonna start falling away at the fringes, and the core is gonna keep shrinking,
It's
basically.
so funny that you live like because you're talking about like we live in the imperial core and I live in the reactor room, right? I'm like I'm like in I'm in the fucking reactor, right? The fuel rods are above my head. I
I'm
sleep
getting
underneath it.
irradiated.
Yeah, I'm getting ready with the
Every day I walk
capitalism.
home like Homer Simpson with a rod of
Yeah.
uranium-138 in my in my back pocket.
Oh my god, I can't travel because I set off air detectors like this.
You did get irradiated, though. I
Yeah,
always like
literally,
bringing
yes.
that story up, but you did get irradiated by actual nuclear ash.
Which okay, so I was at this brings that's a great fucking segue because I was at the dump, right? Like my new thing now for the past 2 weekends, I've been at the dump, right?
Okay. Your new thing, just going to the trash place, looking at the trash.
You don't understand, man. The dump gets a bad rep because the dump is sick. Actually, the dump is hella cool. Like the dump is
Not
one of the
around, not, well, I was gonna say not around here. It actually might be around here. Not where I'm from. Where I'm from, it's really just a pile of trash nobody wants.
yeah, no, that's the same thing
But it's
here.
like
It's
it's
still
no
a
the
dump.
pile of trash nobody wants, and they've tried to fix.
So okay, yeah, but
It's
it's sick.
junk.
The dump is sick. Oh, out here, the dump is like this big giant building, right? Like it's still outside, but it's like a
Mm,
imagine like a massive carport, right? That's like maybe like 100 feet high. Like it's a fucking stupid big ass carport. And above that, there is there like next to it is all these like trash compactors that just squish things down into squares. And above that, there's like a sprinkler system constantly shooting out mist from reclaimed salty water from the bay, which is right there,
mm.
right? And so it's just constantly shooting out mist. The mist mitigates the dust and makes the whole place like a sludge, right?
Cool.
Like a sludge factory.
Yeah, this place sounds rad as hell.
It is rad as hell, and like the
Yeah,
inside of it, because everything's all covered in salt water, it's all rusty. So it
yeah.
just looks cool as fuck. Like it looks like a Jackie Chan set, like from one of his early kung fu movies, like where he would
Okay.
fight it like in a rusty factory. That's literally
Yeah, it'd
that
be
would
in you there'd just be like there'd be a chair he could swing at somebody and
exactly.
maybe like a long industrial,
There's like
power cable he could wrap around
there's a
somebody and swing him around the room.
there's a fight on a catwalk. You know what I'm talking
Mm.
about? Like that kind of
Mhm.
shit. Like that's what it
Mhm.
looks like, right? But there's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's so very much like Marco's cyberpunk core, very beautiful in that
This
sense.
is
But
where the Dick's Out assassin could be born in real life.
easily, this is where I could practice my wares. Right? But
Mhm.
on top of
Yeah.
that, literally
I mean,
right
and
next,
who's gonna say anything,
yeah, exactly.
too? Just they see a man running around with a couple just, like, rusty, like, pieces of sheet metal
So
with his
right
dick
next
hanging
to it,
out.
right next to it is also
What are they
like
gonna say?
right next to it is I have no idea. Right next to it though, there's tons of what is that called? It's where all the water gets treated. So it's the sewage
So it's
treatment
a
plant.
a water treatment plant?
Yeah, it's the sewage. It's where all the sewage ends up and it gets treated and
Yeah.
turned back into drinkable water and shit like that, right? So like
And that happens out there? I'm pretty sure it just gets tossed back into the fucking water table
it's
around here.
reclaimed. A lot of it is reclaimed,
Wow, okay.
right? So, well, because like I don't know, maybe it's because of where I live, but like Yahoo and Google in my backyard, they want everything green. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
like, fucking. Anyways, they have all this shit. Actually, the Yahoo building that's there is empty, which is so sick because Yahoo went out of business essentially, and
mhm.
so like they have this massive building completely empty. They had to
Cool.
scrape the Yahoo off the side.
They
See
should
where it used to be.
fucking
They
what
should
would
make
be actually killer is I know there's just tons of fucking offices and things like that. There's tons of bathrooms and shit. I guarantee you could absolutely remodel that entire place into, like, low income housing, like an apartment complex, just enormous.
a lot of those places would be fucking are literally zoned for neighborhoods because they're built in neighborhoods. Like
Yeah.
behind that Yahoo is a fucking, we're not behind it, but like pretty close to it is a fucking suburban neighborhood. Imagine, you know what it's like? Imagine if you live in the suburbs, right? You have a suburb like a suburban neighborhood. This is like the problem that I have where I live. I live in a suburban neighborhood. My neighborhood is small houses, like it's the suburbs, and
Yeah.
one block away is a full fucking city. One block. It is
1 block.
wild to see.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like population density where I live is like maybe 3 to 4, maybe 6 people per house on this block. Then you move what you literally walk one block down the street into a fucking into like these apartment complexes where the population density is like 30 people per square. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
so there's so much fucking traffic to live like that and just to live in my neighborhood, which doesn't make any sense. You know, like it used to be dirt. It used to be fucking orchards and shit. And now it's not. Now it's a fucking full on city. And it's a huge pain in the ass. It's one of the biggest. On the other hand though, like if you know, if and when I get this house from fucking inheritance or whatever the fuck, it'd be worth a lot of money and I can do something with it, which is what I'm trying to do now. Like I'm gonna have to swallow the landlord pill and be a landlord for a little bit. But not in a I think I want to be a little bit more constructive about it and like fucking just use these use because I have a job, I work. I don't want to fucking go completely. Yeah, I don't have to work anymore because I'm a landlord. I don't want to do that.
Mm.
What I want to do is I want to keep my job and fix up the houses that I live in. And if I can get people to fucking rent out the little space that I have, then you know what I'm saying. I'll rent it out at cheap, use that to fucking keep my shit together. But that's ultimately all I want to do. I don't know. It's confusing because I feel like I feel like a rich kid, right? Because I'm inheriting this stuff. But on the flip side of that, man, like all the shit I'm inheriting is fucking costing me money that I don't have, right?
Yeah.
It's wild to me how thorough the process of like just capitalism in America. If you are inheriting anything, if any money is getting passed down to you, even if it's a significant amount, it will still cost you most of that money. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? It will still cost you. And it's costing me shit that I just don't have. I've been so fucking over leveraged for the past few months with like legal shit, and it's just been a huge pain in my ass. And you know, I'm broke. Like for the first time in my life, I'm broke. I'm the brokest I think I've ever been. I have $97 in my savings accounts, and that's gonna have to
Shit.
get me
Well, at least it's
through.
positive now.
Yeah, yeah. You
It
remember the
was
900?
it was negative.
Yeah, the negative 950 that I was at. I remember that and being like,
Yeah.
God damn, right?
Like, "Marcos, you shoot me a few bucks for a pizza?" "Nah, man, I got negative $3,000 in my bank account." "What?"
Don't worry
"I'm
about it.
sorry, do you
Yeah, it's
take donations?"
yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I've been so broke lately, and it's been rough getting used to it. But you know what? Like, thank God for Christine because she's just been like my savior throughout all this shit. I don't know if how I could fucking handle it. Um,
Yeah,
it's been a lot. But no, what were we talking about?
I definitely know how that feels.
Yeah, broke. Being broke sucks, man.
Well, not just being broke, but, like, having somebody that, like, is there and you can rely on and,
You know what's
like,
fucked up to
emotional
me
support and shit.
is that I was happier when I was broker back in the day, but now the thing is like on paper I'm not broke,
Yeah.
which sucks. That's worse, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like imagine looking like if I look at my assets and everything that I like have, like my car and soon to be the house that I'm staying in and like a bunch of other stuff. If I look at it, like I'm worth a lot of money, right? Like I'm like hell yeah, man, but I can't sell any of that. I don't I can't
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I can't get it all out right now. Like it's money that doesn't mean anything. It's a fucking fake number, right? Cuz I have what like oh, actually that's what we were talking about the dump. The dump gets a bad rep. The reason why the dump gave me something very like I don't want to get into the story of it, but like the dump gave me something very important to me recently. But
Yeah.
but it
I remember
also
you talking about that. I'm still real happy for you.
yeah, but it also took something from me too. It took my fucking wallet, which had everything
You lost your wallet at the
at the
dump?
dump. Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck is this luck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's
You
because I
get
didn't.
back such an important, critical piece of your past, and then you're just like, "Ah, fuck, all my IDs and my cards and shit."
It had everything in there. It had literally everything in there because you have to bring like proof of residence for you to use the dump. So I brought extra shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I lost my ID. I lost my driver's license. I lost my social security card. I lost everything. I didn't
Well,
lose my.
Social Security card's gonna be free to replace.
Yeah, I know. Thank God for
The
that.
Social Security card, I mean, the driver's license is you're gonna have to
It's 30
probably
bucks.
need your Social Security to go and do that, or maybe you can just have them order a new,
I'm pretty sure I can do it online because
I
I.
think you can do it online, just have them mail it to you or something like that, and mail it
Yeah,
to your house.
yeah.
So, like, it's tedious, obviously cancel your bank cards and all that and
Well, that's the thing,
get
right?
new ones.
I told my bank, they were like, "Oh, do you want us to cancel your cards?" And I was like, "No." And they were like, "Why not?" And I was like, "It's in a dump somewhere." Like, I doubt that anyone is gonna pick it up. It doesn't look like a regular wallet, right? It
Yeah,
does. My wallet is like this plastic shell. It looks like it looks like a piece of shit. It looks like garbage. There's nothing in it, right? So like,
there is a lot of garbage at the dump.
exactly. Yeah, so I doubt that anyone's using it. I've been like keeping my eye open on my like cards to make sure that no one's like fucking spending money, but I doubt that anyone's spending any money. Plus, I got $97 in there. Good luck spending money, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
good luck,
Yeah,
pal.
run that into the negatives and see how much I care.
Yeah, that credit card in there is fucking also fucking right. Like that's
Maxed out.
maxed the fuck out, bro. Like,
Yeesh.
oh my god. My credit card company is so funny to me because they're like, "Hey, do you want a credit extension?" And I'm like, "I'm
No.
maxed out, bitch." Right? Like, you
Why
guys
would you wanna
already
give me a
got
credit
me, right?
extension?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm in the clutches.
yeah,
You want me to get deeper in there?
yeah.
Nah.
No, I'm good.
No thanks.
They're like, "Do you want to try?" No, I don't want to try this out. Not at all. Leave me alone. Jesus Christ. I think yeah, they upped my credit to like 4 grand, and I fucking blew through it very quickly.
Yeah.
It was buying stuff for the house, so it's fine.
Mhm.
You know how fucked up it is to like pay rent and not have a landlord that you can have fix your house for you. Do you understand? Like our house is falling apart. We still pay rent, and the house is just falling apart, and that's just
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
situation that we're in.
No, I know. There's like we pay shit 2,200 a month in rent here, and we still Abby went up on the roof like a couple weeks ago and cleaned out all the gutters and everything. We bought some more gutter balls
Hmm.
to keep things from falling down into the spouts.
Hmm.
Um we're gonna try to we need to measure the house and see how far all these gutters go because there ain't no gutter guards or nothing on them, and we live in the woods,
Hmm.
so anytime there's a slight breeze, like a tree, a tree's worth of leaves falls onto your roof.
Yeah, we have that same problem.
Uh,
I have that same problem. It's because
she
my
found
neighbor.
an earthworm in one of the gutters when she
Hell
was
yeah,
cleaning them out because
hell yeah,
there
dude.
was just straight like silt up there from how much everything had managed to decay.
Hell yeah.
It was just a worm.
My man has seen some shit, dude.
Well, actually, probably not. He's just been chilling up there by himself the entire time.
Man,
She
roofworm.
found an empty Bud Light can. There was
Hell
a
yeah,
Dum Dum that somebody had thrown up there that it was a complete Dum Dum
hell yeah.
at the start, and then just had eroded away until it was just the stick and the
In the wrapper.
unwrapped wrapper.
Um, our neighbor, when he remodeled his house, decided that he was gonna plant 2 fucking redwoods, and he didn't tell the city. And like that's illegal. You can't plant. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but in California, redwoods belong in forest. You cannot plant them. You can buy them,
Mm-mm.
but you need permission from the city, and a guy like an arborist has to come out.
Yeah, aren't they like a single organism or something like that?
Well,
Or
so an arborist has to come out, measure like the distance around your property, and like look at anywhere that it can possibly fuck anything up, right? And this guy didn't do that, so he planted 2 redwoods and a birch tree next to it. And birch trees and redwoods are symbiotic, so like they help each other grow.
mm-hmm.
And these bitches are massive,
Mm.
so massive, in fact, that they are literally touching our power lines constantly. So anytime a
Sick.
bird touches that,
It's so cool that he planted those directly under the fucking power lines.
yeah. Yeah, well, because and he's just like I've talked to the city about it, and they're like, "Well, you have to. It's because it's on your property. You have to pay an arborist to come and get it out." And I'm like, "How about this? How about when the entire neighborhood's on fire, you run that back?" Like the guy
Yeah.
next door, right, is a fucking architect, built that house from scratch, did all the shit that he was supposed to do, right? Like didn't do any of the shit, like didn't contact the city at all about any of the stuff. Has the money. This is his fifth house that he owns. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
should fucking he planted those trees. He should come and cut those fucking trees because I can't afford the fucking $2,000 it takes for an arborist to come out here and cut it, and
Mhm.
the electricity because I have to call the electric company to come out and turn off the electricity, right? For like a day for them to do that,
Yeah.
right? So we've just been waiting for this shit to catch fire and kill us all. That's just that's just the reality that we live
It's
in now.
gonna.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing you could do about it either because it's fucking expensive.
no, I'm just gonna let it happen. And when it happens,
Mhm.
we're claiming insurance on the house. That's
There
that's
you
it.
go.
Two new fucking houses, pal. That's how they do back in the old fucking country, pal. Back in the old country of New York, pal. that's, that's how we fucking do. Did you see the new Super Mario, by the way? Did you hear
Uh,
the
I
voice reveal?
think yeah, yeah, I have. That shit's nuts.
Yeah, it's fucking anti-Italian discrimination, pal. That's what that
That's
is.
definitely a thing that they had decided to do.
they, they I'm back on the train of Italian people being POCs after seeing that atrocity of what they just did
It's
to my boy.
bad.
It's so bad. Oh my god, I'm disgusted by that because he's I don't know. Jesus Christ.
It's real
Hey,
bad. Everything else in there sounds like normal Mario shit too, but then you just got Chris Pratt. Why is Chris Pratt in like at least Jack Black hams it up as Bowser. He tries
oh
to
yeah,
sound like Bowser.
that is
Great
perfect
fucking
casting. Yeah,
great
perfect
shit.
casting. Perfect casting.
Amazing. Good Bowser. And then you just got like, hey, it's me. I'm Mario. You know the
Hey
guy, the plumber. I'm the plumber Mario.
hey, yo, it's
Like,
me,
cool,
Mario.
cool.
Even me trying to monotone it and do it, I'm still putting a little too much stink on it. I don't know how
Yeah,
I don't know how it's a me, a Mario. Like
it's a me, Mario.
that is, it's
Didn't even hire a fucking voice trainer or nothing.
nothing, nothing.
Hey, it's me,
Hey,
Mario.
it's
I'm
me,
about
Mario.
to head down. I'm heading down to the corner store. What are they called? Fucking New York. What's a fucking corner store in
A
New York? A
bodega.
boat. Yeah. So I'm headed down to the bodega, and I'm gonna go.
Jesus Christ.
Uh, headed down to the bodega.
I'm gonna
I'm
get
gonna
a
get
bacon,
me.
egg, and
I think
cheese.
they've had this Stromboli that I've had my eyes on for a couple of years now, and I'm gonna go get it after I do a long, hard day's work cleaning poop out of pipes. I'm Mario.
I love that
I'm an Italian.
in the fucking intro to that because I watched the intro on because I watched it like happen live because I just was like, fuck it, I might as well watch this. And while I was watching it, seeing him being like, watching him being like, yeah, when I was a kid, I loved playing Super Mario and killing the Koopas, which is like, Koopas is weird. There was a weird choice when you say, because Goomba is the fucking, the Goombas are the fucking mushrooms. Those are the first things you killed, not the turtles,
Yeah,
the Koopas. What the fuck are you talking
you
about?
don't actually like. So the funny things about the Koopas is they can't actually die.
Oh yeah, even
You just if you just like pop on they just like pop into their shell and they hop back out and start walking around eventually.
bizarre.
Like
Anyways,
I love killing the Koopas.
Koopas.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Did you see Ye Kanye West fucking
Oh
meltdown?
yeah, going full black Israelite. Yeah,
Did
that
you
was real
see
funny.
someone posted recently, they reminded me of it and I haven't seen it in forever, but it was the black Scientologist bit that what's
Yeah.
his name did? What the fuck is his name? Eric Andre? Where he's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where he's
L. Ron Hubbard was a black
black man.
man. His real name was L. Ron Hoya Bimbe. Oh, you're the real son of God? Take a poop in front of us
Turn the
and
poop
turn
into
that
wine.
poop into wine.
Turn the poop into wine. Holy shit. What a ridiculous.
So good.
Yeah, yeah. Black Scientology. Fuck.
Black Science, yeah, no, that's what I was thinking of when I saw it, and I was like, ah, yeah, that's good. That's the good stuff right
Oh
there.
my god, dude. I'm
Yeah,
trying
he's
to.
on his Black Israelite shit right now. This
Well, this
is
is it's
this is
wild to me because
popping.
I feel like I am like mainlining the future because I talked about how we were gonna get a Yadolf album, and I'm absolutely now like at first it started out as a bit. I'm positive it's coming. I'm I'm like I'm ready to bet on this. I'm ready to put money on we might get a Yadolf album, and I don't know how the world is gonna react to that. Like that's
Mhm.
it's gonna be detrimental to everyone's mental health. It's gonna fuck everyone up. But I don't know. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
God damn it, Dutch.
God damn it, Dutch.
This is this is well trod territory for the podcast. We I'm pretty sure we did like a whole episode that was just Arthur Morgan being like, "Ma'am, thank you for the coochie, ma'am."
Ma'am, I appreciate you taking your pants off and let me get a crumb of that coochie. Right there. It's a
That right
cool
there.
drink of water on a tough day.
I gotta say, ma'am, out of all the coochies I done seen in the West, yours the prettiest. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ. What is that? I'm trying to think of Arthur Morgan or Dutch trying to convince Arthur Morgan that he doesn't have a piss kink. Arthur, it's not a piss kink, Arthur. All I need you to do is just take a little pee pee on me, Arthur. One more time, Arthur. And he's like, God damn it, Dutch, I ain't want to piss on you.
God
Like,
damn it.
I'm not gonna indulge in your kink. Arthur, it's not a kink, Arthur. It's an experiment, Arthur. I'm trying to reconnect with something myself, Arthur. Jose in the background. Just do it already, Arthur. Well, hell, I'll piss on you, Dutch. Jesus Christ. The fuck is wrong with me? Oh, shit. I
Oh
lost my
man, it's good
fucking
to be
goddamn
back.
mind. Every time we do an extended bit, you're always like, it's good to be back.
That's how it feels though.
Oh, we're back.
Oh man. Yep. Good to be home.
It's like slipping into a warm bath.
Mhm.
Arthur, just one little tinkle, Arthur.
I think we're good to go for another episode after this if you
Yeah.
wanna.
Yeah. I know that we're coming up on an hour soon. We're like, what? Yeah, we're close. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're getting there.
I think we get when we get to like 5 minutes out, we'll do the little outro that we do. That was a little dead
We
down
kinda
damn
already
thing.
are 5 minutes out, honestly. Those tend to
No,
take
it's
us a little extra time sometimes.
we still got like what? I don't know. We got 8 minutes. We got that's a long time to fucking fill. 8 minutes is a long time. You don't think it's a long
Mm.
time until you have to fill it. Which is like I never thought about this because it's just never thought it never processed on like it never dawned in my brain that it's a problem for most people. But when
Mhm.
people are like, "So how do you write the script for the Ain't Shit Show for your podcast?"
What script,
That
buddy?
literally like, yeah, what script? And they're like, well,
People
like,
have asked you that question?
yeah, well, they're like outlines. Like, oh, you guys have outlines, right? Like of things you want to talk
No.
about. And I'm like, no. And they go, you guys, you fucking psychos, just turn on the audio recording and record whatever comes out for an hour. And I'm like,
Yeah?
yeah. And they're like,
What's the
how do you?
issue?
They're like, how do you do that every week? And I'm like, you just fucking do it, pal. What the fuck?
It's called having a little bit of fucking brain
Yeah,
damage.
pal. It's called fucking brain damage, pal. It's called I have a neurological disorder, pal. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
pal,
I
fucking
gotta
my
I
guy, I gotta
gotta
tell
listen,
you,
I gotta get these brainworms out now, or they're gonna come out around my girlfriend, and she's gonna make fun of me, okay?
my
Like,
guy,
they
let me
gotta
tell you
is
something, pal. I'm what they call neurotypical, or wait, I don't know, pal. I don't know the fucking correct verbiage. I'm not a fucking doctor, but I think
a
that I'm not.
fucking what am I, a fucking nerd?
What am I, a fucking
Hey.
neurosurgeon over here? Fucking, I'm some guy. I fucking kill Goombas.
I love killing
I love killing
Goombas.
fucking Goombas, pal. I don't fucking have any other thoughts beyond that, pal. But Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? Anyways, hold on. We're up at a yeah. We're like there. Let's just fucking do it. Let's just do the outro. Cool.
Alright,
Uh, if you like this podcast, which I don't know,
and you do.
you probably do. You most likely do. You definitely are sticking around for the fucking Arthur Morgan bits because that hasn't gotten old yet. Even though
Yeah.
that game's
Hasn't gotten old, hasn't really gotten any newer.
yeah, hasn't gotten old. It's just kind of staying the same. Anyways, if you Google Ainter Show, you should be able to find me, find my fucking social medias, Ainter Show across the board. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. You can follow Ivy at Professor Getter. She's hilarious. You can give us $1 or more at
Please give us more.
the
I
Homie
need money.
Collective.
I hate did you just wait,
Yeah.
did your recording go offline?
No, it said that I lost connection, but I'm back.
Oh, weird. I wonder if it's still recording.
It looks like it's still recording to me.
Alright, well, whatever, I'll just do this part of it anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear Margos anymore. I can still see him and hear him, but I think the recording thing might have fucked up. Follow me at Professor Getter. We opened the Patreon. The Patreon's gonna start having episodes posted on. I think we're just gonna go ahead and record another episode today and go ahead and get that on the Patreon. Um, I think all the videos that we do, the video episodes, which is gonna be it from here on out, hopefully, all that's gonna get uploaded to the Patreon anyways.
Hmm.
And the audio is gonna be, free or whatever and easily accessible outside of that
Yes. If you want to see
and
my
what
big
have you.
muscles, if you
Yeah, you want to see Marcos's big muscles. He's got the guns. I don't know if it's still recording the guns right now though,
let's
but
hope it is.
if he
Let's hope
cut
it
out,
is.
he is in fact holding up the guns. The Patreon's patreon.com/the homie collective. And if you got like extra money you really just got laying around, you need to give it to somebody, just at Professor Getter on Venmo or Cash App. I ain't been the same since COVID. My lungs are fucked up. I moved a dresser today and it almost killed me.
You done goofed.
My lungs felt like they were gonna give out on me.
God
Rest
damn it,
of me,
Josh.
fine, okay. This is nothing. You're just lifting heavy objects. The lungs. So anyways, give us money there, give us money there, give us money here, give us money anywhere. Make sure it's a lot if you can. If you're rich and you're
Jesus
listening to
Christ.
this, you're a CIA agent, or something, or
Yeah.
you're a Nazi collaborator or something. We're gonna put in an extra, like I guess $50 tier that you can subscribe at and
Young
absolve some of
Chomsky.
your sins.
Young Chomsky.
Um,
I know you listen.
Young
I know.
Chomsky,
I know you listen. I know he listens. He
the
has to listen.
Truanon
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. He has to listen. I know he
You
does.
think?
I'm positive he does.
All right, we'll
You know
roll
how I
with
know he
that.
does? You know how I know
How
he
you
does?
think?
Because every time I ever call out like the guy he's named after, what's that guy's name? Al Chomsky? What's his name? Noam Chomsky? Noam
Noam
Chomsky.
Chomsky?
That guy. Every time I call him out, I always check young Chomsky and I'm still blocked. So I know he knows I still talk about him. You know what I mean? So I know you're
You
listening,
got
pal.
blocked by him? That sucks.
Positive. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't even know
Alright.
what I said.
Sometimes you ain't gotta say nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just the way it is.
Yeah. So, hey man, unblock me, pal. Let's talk it out. Pal. Hey, pal. Let's fucking talk it out, pal.
Unblock me.
Unblock me, bitch.
Yeah,
I
alright.
paid you your $500 unblock fee.
I paid you. God damn it, unblock me. Alright, anyways, that'll be it for today. See ya. Hopefully this didn't fuck up.
Yeah.
Um, and whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, bye guys.